Welcome again. It is still Friday morning, paroling. Good morning, Anambra, today. Yeah, the 17th day of March 2023. Okay, another section this morning, we're going to look at ensuring a credible violence-free governorship and House of Assembly election. As you very much know, that tomorrow is the D-Day for governorship and the House of Assembly election, though we in Anambra State here, we are not having governorship election because we had ours last year. So, but we are still having House of Assembly as election tomorrow. So what do we do to make sure that this is credible? I have two young men that has joined me this morning to look at this. They are Samuel Ololo. Samuel Ololo is a program manager, Justice Development and Peace Caritas, JDPC, Newi. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning. Good morning, Danambra.
Okay, and then Nonso Orakwe. Nonso Orakwe is Catch Them Young Community Initiative chairman in the state.
That's the chairman indeed.
Good morning, Nonso.
Good morning, people. Let's have a good time.
Okay, thank you. Okay, ensuring a credible, violence-free governorship and House of Assembly election that is coming up tomorrow. How do we start? Ololo.
Of course, we know that nothing can actually work well where there is no peace. The presence of peace allows for growth and progress. So for us, I think for us to really get a credible and violence-free governorship and House of Assembly election, Anambra State, we are not doing governorship election, just solely House of Assembly election. We should understand the roles each and every one of us have to play, starting from the electoral umpires to the political parties, to the politicians, that is the candidates and their followers, and the citizens themselves. All of us must understand that, first of all, the country belongs to us. We all have a stake in the country. And if we all have a stake, it then means that we have roles that we need to play. So, nobody. So that whatever is happening, every party is seeing it. Let's not forget that every party have interest. And when it is perceived that this interest is skewed towards another entity or another party or individual, it will make others agitated. And the security too also have their own role to play to calm situations.
Okay. Yeah. Now, so when do you say that the election is credible, judging from what played out in the last election that we had on the 25th of February? Will you say that the election is credible? And if yes or no, then what do we expect tomorrow?
Okay, from our end, I think the last election wasn't credible with so many reasons and facts out there. It's not only coming from Nonso Orakwe as a person, it's also coming from Catch Them Young Community Initiative as an organization, and also most civil society out there also witnessed what happened in the last election. And I haven't said that we expect that this coming election tomorrow, we are expecting that election to be free. We're expecting it to be fair. We're expecting it to be credible and peaceful. And for election to be credible, there are condiments that determines credible elections. What are these condiments? I won't go back to pre-elections. I won't go back to, okay, let me talk during elections, which we are now. What determines that is part of the ingredients is like my colleague here said, when the umpire is not biased, when the stakeholders like police, security agencies are not biased, when the political parties are not biased, that's when you can see that the election is credible. I would say, prior to those preparation, the technicalities around the commission was perfect, almost perfect, where people were given a whole lot of hopes. The electorates, we are giving a whole lot of hopes. We are doing this, we are uploading, we are doing that, we are showing our clean hands to the electorates. And whereby these things didn't happen, people became confused and became stopped on the way. So what am I saying? This ingredients is on the table of the umpire, where the whole thing is centered, because abawe bubabacha onanuku. So after election it will be on the table of INEC, and whereby people's expectations are not met by the umpire, it became the whole thing will turn off and people will begin to ask questions, and that is where the credibility of the umpire, the credibility of the stakeholders are being questioned. So these condiments now, tomorrow, what are we looking at? Just before now, I was watching a video where I had the language there is French, but it's Yoruba language in the West, in the last election, where a man drove in with either a taxi, red taxi, in the polling station. I think they've concluded the voting. So what the man did, he came in with police, armed. He came in with police and went straight to the ballot box and looked at the ballot box, opened the ballot box, picked up the first ballot paper, looked at it. It didn't favor him. He looked the second one, it didn't favor him. He started now picking them one after the other. Once it didn't favor him, he would turn it. I was watching it. He would turn it. Like, he did it continuously.
Is it like a skit or is it real?
It's real. It's real. We can play it here. It's real. We can play it here. So what I'm saying in essence is this: the police were there, not one, not two. They were there, and I feel the INEC officials or even the coppers doesn't want to risk their lives by these things you are doing is not good, because the man, the way I see it, he's prepared. He came prepared. Okay. So such thing is not what we're expecting tomorrow. So what Southeast, because I represent Southeast in the Vote Not Fight campaign in Nigeria. So what I'm saying in essence is this: what we are expecting tomorrow is conformity of transparency. If INEC, the umpire, should come up clean, we are good to go. Then another thing I'm envisaging tomorrow is that people might not be able to turn out the way they did in the last election. Reason: because the morale is low. Why is the morale low? Because the people's expectation, the people's will did not reflect in the past election. So there may be a party tomorrow in the election, but I want to use this medium to tell Nigerians, apathy is not the best way to go for democracy. It doesn't help us. The way to do it is, remember, you only count people who came out to cast their vote. You won't count people that are not there. So election is people that are on the spots, not people are at home. So if we want to strengthen our democracy, it's important all of us, the young people, the old, everybody, so far as you turn 18 years and you have your PVC, go out there and cast your vote. So the expectation tomorrow is much. And remember, this election is actually the grassroots election, whereby people, the person you are voting, you are communicating with him in the morning, in the afternoon, and night. So it's more important than even the general election held.
Really?
Yes, because this is the grassroots. It is grassroots. This is the person you see in the morning, you see it in fact, these are the people that brings democracy to your doorstep.
Directly.
So people need to come out en masse and then do the needful.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, you touched about the security during the last election, and if you ask me, I think some people or some observers really gave it to the security agents that they did well during the last election. At least we saw a video of where some military officers were being driven by unarmed civilians. Was it in Edo? You know, asking them to leave this place, that they don't want them, and they were leaving smiling. Okay, and quite unlike what it used to be in the past, you were pushing a military guy with a gun, asking him to leave this arena, and he left. Okay, so but if there is pocket of problem here or there, that does not suggest that that the security agents did not do well.
No, sorry, they did well. They did well. I will give it to them.
Okay.
But the ones that are very obvious shouldn't be. Okay. In the like in the southeast, we are fine.
Okay.
And other areas we are fine.
Okay.
But this very one, especially as it has to do with the ballot paper, it means that security agencies are escorting someone to come and destroy the ballot paper. So it doesn't, you know, small shit can spoil the whole.
I know. Let's move on. So, Samololo, what do you expect from the security agents tomorrow as this election is holding? Already, I heard that the state has taken delivery of some high-ranking officers and AIG Obe Echobi or so, that is in charge of Enugu, and that's Zone 13, just for this election. And then CP Adoye Aderemi or something like that, okay, that is in charge of Anambra State for this election.
Okay, for me...
So what do you expect from the security agency tomorrow?
The expectation is very, very high, extremely high. And we should begin to learn as a society to stop excusing incompetence, personal opinion. What I mean is, over time, I tend to struggle with that position that there are pockets of violence. Violence anywhere should be condemned. And let us not forget that these issues that we assume are pockets of violence might have taken the lives of some individuals who might be the breadwinners of their families. And then because it happened, it's a national program, and then it happened only in a particular local government or polling unit, and you now say pocket of violence, and because of that, you want to wish it away. No. This should not even be found in the lexicon of post-civil society actors, and even the media. Wherever there is violence, let us say that this violence occurred. So that, and the security, it is their duty to ensure that when it happens, the perpetrators should be brought to book, to serve as deterrent for others. It is confusing for me as an individual, because we want to understand that what makes a stable society is some persons have given up their rights, some people have given up their responsibilities to some extent through their leaders. If not, we can all carry arms, so that anything that wants to happen to us, we can defend ourselves. No, but our society, we have come together to say, let nobody carry arms. The only people allowed to carry arms are the security agencies by law. So it is now confusing when those people who we have given arms to use to protect us are only protecting the selected few. One. It's also confusing that those people who are supposed to protect us, beyond protecting the selected few, are protecting the selected few to the extent that they are destroying the democracy of the society. And we that are unarmed, looking at them and are doing nothing. So the security agencies, we understand that for tomorrow election, really, and security is going to be in 3 tiers, like they've always said: the inner circle, the middle circle, and the outer circle. Where we have all agreed that in the inner circle, the security men should not bear arms, whereas those at the middle circle can bear arms to serve as reinforcement to support those at the polling unit, while the army will stay around the borders to protect the society. But this, I suppose, happened. How come we still got the information about hoodlums going around with guns, and the police did not really do what they are supposed to do?
When was that?
It happened in Lagos.
Okay.
It happened in Lagos. And also in Ukpo, Dunukofia, where I observed the election, I saw security men, fully armed, come into the polling unit. But they did not really cause any crisis. They came with the people that they are protecting or whatever.
And have you heard that the IGP said yesterday that
they are not supposed to
shall be escorted?
As a matter of fact, a youth saw one of the police officers with gun and told him to walk out. It almost caused altercation between the both of them, because the youth knows what he was saying, that the police officer was not supposed to carry arms in the polling unit.
They are not supposed to escort them.
They are not even supposed to.
To the polling booth tomorrow. That is an order from IGP yesterday.
So we are in a society where we have seen a lot of orders from the IGP, but we struggle with enforcement and implementation. Is it the citizens that will enforce it? What we can only do is, when we see, we still comment on these whole situations. And that is why I said our expectation from the police and other security agencies are very, very high. We want them to help Nigerians make the society to start working. If we have all agreed that this and this are what we are going to do, these are what we are not supposed to do, then let us stick by the rules, and not believing that we are not living by rule of law, but law for the people, where if it favors you, then you look the other way around. If it does not favor you, then you want to enforce it. This is a society, and to build a sane society, it means that if we say nobody should bear arms within the polling units, no matter who you are, even if that police officer wants to bear arms to follow you, it is the duty of these political actors to tell them you are not allowed to stay in the car. Let me go and do this. I mean, that is how a sane society should behave.
Okay. Thank you very much. Now, so we are together. Was it on the 24th of February, before the election that happened on the 25th? And we are here analyzing the preparedness of the INEC, okay, towards the election. So now, you guys told me the steps you have taken to ensure that everything is in order. Have you taken the same step now? And how prepared do you think INEC is against tomorrow's election?
It's with the level of what has happened, and few inspections were made between with Ugochi.
Yeah.
That I had program here with. So we went there, we had to do some inspections and all of that. But that didn't change the plans. That didn't change the plans of INEC and what they have scheduled to do on the work plan they have for the election day. So on our own part, I think the sensitive materials are already on ground. I think there's something I want to also say. From our findings, we will find out that people who were trained as ad hoc staff in the last election wasn't the people used the day of the election.
Many of them.
Really?
Yes.
Many.
So the people that were trained in so many locations for INEC ad hoc duties, on the day of the election, those people were not used to finish up the program.
What's the implication of that?
It's INEC, the law will tell us. INEC will tell us what they have, how they. In fact, it's a fraud. It's a fraud, and I think these are issues we need to, raise and keep it on the corridor of the law, so that the law will take its place. How do I know? I didn't even know until the morning of the election. I went to my polling units, just the new created polling units. I went there to, make some inquiries and all of that. I saw people were there, but when the thing became very obvious was the time of recording the results. The person who is recording the result didn't know the number of, please, what is the number of the valid votes? Please, what is the valid votes? A trained ad hoc staff was asking, what is the number of valid votes?
The meaning of valid votes.
What's the meaning of valid votes? Okay? So it now dawned on me that these people are not informed. Not only that, there are other questions on the paper you were trained for. Now, when I came, I met a couple of friends on Monday, couple of friends who I know that were part of that training. And I asked them, where was our duty post? They said they didn't go there finally. Until I understand and make inquiry how these people were removed. Okay? So they removed them and fixed people that would do what they want them to do.
Can you prove this?
Are we not on ground? If you are changing someone you have a day, 2 days, 3 days, and all of a sudden 2 days you change like almost all of them. What's the intention? What do you have in mind?
Okay.
So there must be a reason for changing them. Exchanging them with someone who doesn't have who doesn't attend any training.
To compromise the system.
To compromise the system.
Has just one aim.
So what I'm saying in essence is this: we are going to on our part. We know we are ready.
Okay. Apart from the sensitive materials now, so I know that in the last election we'll have problems of INEC materials not landing. I mean, not getting to destinations on time, and even when they do, there's no ink. There is no marker. There's no this and that. Those ones are not sensitive materials. Are we sure that everything is available for tomorrow?
That is why I said we will not determine the readiness of INEC here until we get to the field.
Too bad. Okay, we are concluding. Let's look at tomorrow's expectation. What do we expect to see tomorrow?
Election is not do or die affair. Election is very critical in the existence of every nation because it gives the citizens an opportunity to redirect their pathway. The people they choose, whether good or bad, will determine the level of development that they are going to have. And constitutionally, and every citizen have come together to admit that we can only move forward when we adopt or when we elect an individual. So since this happens every 4 years, tomorrow is going to be another defining moment. In Anambra State, we are electing those who make policies, laws, who make legislation in general. So it is important for the citizens to come out and cast their votes beyond party lines, beyond allowing people to buy their votes from them. Look at people who are competent, vote them in, and know that even if that person wins, that is also when the work even begins. They must engage them.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, so just in 1 minute, your advice to our people as who go to the post tomorrow.
Okay, please don't take because of what happened in the last election and say, I'm not going to vote. Please come out and vote. That is your right. That is your power.
All right.
And please, as you go out to cast your vote, be peaceful. And that is to say, vote, not fight. Election, no be war. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nonso Orakwe, the chairman, Catch Them Young Community Initiative. Thank you for coming this morning.
Thank you. That's the executive director.
Executive director, not Bogi chairman. Biko, Biko.
It's all good. It's
Odima.
all
And then Samuel Ololo, program manager, Justice Development and Peace Caritas, JDPC, Newi. Did I get your own rightly? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. We must go because we have overstretched our time. My name is Sijama. Thank God for making it this week. All my my crew, good morning, Anambra crew, Mattis and the young guy in the house behind the cameras, the producer Ifi Unachupu Institution, and then the director and all the people, all the team, audio team, everybody that made it happen this week. I'd like to thank you very much for making it happen. You're all wonderful people. And this is the team to beat, okay? All right. My name is Ijoma Uche. We'll see you some other time. Bye for now.